to the 1% Club. We are glad you're here. I love hitting that when it hits zero, just like going off. Yeah, good to see you guys. Just getting back from Elk Grove, did the very first May Madness tour. A lot of you have seen the May Madness tour. We're doing 10 meetings. We don't have Albany, Oregon on there. We didn't have Hawaii on this. So there's actually 12. But, life is what you make it. You can sit back and watch it go by. You can grab it by the horns, grab the bull by the horns, baby, and make it happen. There's my brother, Randy Bird, coming your way, baby. I'm going to be up there next week in Albany. Then we're going to Bend, Oregon. It's going to be fantastic. So with that, let's get going today. By the way, I have prepared for mastering sales at 210 Pacific like I've never prepared in my life. It is going to be money. So if you have some people thinking about joining EXP, have them join at 210. Say Brent Gove's going to talk in 15 minutes and he's going to share some things that are going to help you make sales this month. And it's going to be good. I just taught it in Oak Grove. It was pure fire. All right, so let's go. And Albie Stasix here today. What the heck? Albie Stasix in the house. Matthew Taylor, Jenny Utz, all my, Jennifer Meek, Tristan O'Grady, Mark Verzel. Oh my gosh, all my favorite people. I could name all of you. You're amazing. Brandon's here. What's up, Mr. Green Plate? Good to see you, baby. All right. Well, I don't want to leave anyone out. There's so many awesome, amazing people on this Zoom. So welcome to the 1% Club. If you are new to the 1% Club, we're teaching you how to do what only 1% of the agents do. For me, I've been implementing everything I talk about since last October. And in case you're wondering, not that you care, but my monthly revenue share, not annual, has gone up $250,000 a month since last October. EXP is booming. I'm like, oh, great for you, Ben. Well, let's get you going up $2,500 a month and $5,000 a month. So you put in the passion in the fire, but it's literally up $250,000 a month. So if you're wondering how things are going, it's going really good. And I'm hearing from so many of you that are getting your largest revenue share checks. People that are making 5 are now making 11. People that are making 11 are making 19. How is EXP doing? It's doing awesome. Is it about money? No, but it doesn't hurt when you hand your spouse a check for $19,000, or even sometimes maybe you're just hitting $3,000, but your house payment's $2,700 paid by EXP. Thank you, EXP. Hey, Melanie Weaver, good to see you there. What a great smile you have. So here's the deal. Luann Chicasso, I don't know if she's here today. She just bought her dream home in Hawaii, did it all with EXP revenue share and stock. And homes in Hawaii are not cheap, and it's beautiful. And she said this never would have happened in a million years if it wasn't for EXP. We made a video together. She's going to put that out. So with that, let's get rocking. I asked Drew. Drew's always got a quote at the end. I go, Drew, you're with me all the time. I want you to actually put together some content for today's 1% Club. I do it all the time, but where does your brain go? Like, what do you think about it? And then since Albie Stasix here, Albie, I'm going to ask you to chime in because he's a legend. We don't get legends here all the time. When John Wayne shows up, you make sure John Wayne gets to talk. So, but before we have Albie chime in, and Drew, where are you? I don't see you here.
I'm right here, brother.
Where are you? Put your hand up so you shoot through the corner of my screen. Or so. There you are. There you are. Okay. In fact, let's everybody go to speaker view. That'll help. Because everyone go speaker view, upper right-hand corner, hit speaker view. Because you're going to look at all 25 boxes and be looking at people chewing gum or having lunch or doing whatever they're doing. And you're going to get distracted. So go speaker view. Okay. So we have 5 key salient points for today's 1% Club, how to build your business. And crafted by Drew. He read them to me. I go, I like it. Let's run with it. So Drew, what's the first one?
All right. So the first one, and I think is probably the most important, is finding your story. All right. Story, sell. Right. We have all heard Brent tell his story time and time again. And I know that there's a lot of people that will sit there and say, well, yeah, I'm not making millions of dollars. I don't have this story. I didn't sell 4,000 homes in my career. Like, of course, it's easy for him, right? And the fact is that we all have a story, right? I love that. I'm a big follower of Ed Milet, and he talks about you are the most qualified to help the person you used to be, right?
Ooh, that is so good.
Right?
If you haven't changed, then you're still the same old person.
Right. When you look at real estate, like I obviously, I don't sell as much real estate as I used to because I'm focused on the organization. But I remember there's times where I would lose out on a listing because it was a lady that was a divorcee or she was a widow, and she picked the person that was a fellow a widow, right? And it's like I have nothing but be like, hey, that's awesome. Like, that's great that you found someone. I hope that they're going to do the best for you. But the fact is that her story was, she connected more with than my story, right? And so if the fact is, if you're not getting the results that you're wanting, right, you're not telling your story to enough people because your story is going to resonate with someone.
Drew, what are you saying? We should all get divorced so we can? No, I'm kidding. I'm just teasing. We can all connect and have empathy. No, no, no. Of course, everyone is going to be a better fit sometimes, but you're right. The greatest salespeople in the world are the greatest storytellers in the world because it's that connectivity. Great first point, and that you have a story. Meet with somebody, go to coffee, go help me pull my story out of me, and then tell that story because the old facts tell, stories sell is real. Okay, Drew, what's number 2? Unless you want to make another point on this.
All right. So number 2 is be kind and give without expectations. Okay. So some of the things that I have been so blessed to learn from Brent on is when he was talking to people, there's a lot of times where we're talking to someone. It's like, look, Albie, don't come over. Okay. I don't want you to come to EXP. I want you to stay where you're at. If you're happy, that's okay. If I can help you, then that's what I want to do. I want to love on you. Okay. I want to help you. And then the fact is, I don't want anything in return. Right. And when you guys can push yourselves to getting to that point of true selflessness, right? The Gary Brecka talks about that the highest vibration that a human being can put out is authenticity, right? So when you feel someone that you're like, I love you, man. And you feel that, like that's more powerful than someone sitting there and saying like, well, I mean, I'll give you an 85, 15 split. Right? Like, hey, you know what? You can save $3,000 if you come over this one. When you're like, man, Pam, if you sell out to this, I will be there every step of the way with you. And I mean that to my heart. Right. And they can feel that. Right.
I want to, this is so good what he's saying. I want to interrupt you. They'll do a 50-50 split if they can just feel that. And if it, in the absence of value, in the absence of knowing how much you care, it becomes about money. It's like, will you list my home for 2%? Will you do it for 1.5%? Will you do it for 1%? It's a race to the bottom. Same thing with EXP. Well, what are you going to do for me? Well, you're failing to share your value proposition. Your value proposition is you're going to love them. You're going to serve them. You're going to go to the mat for them. If they have a question, you're going to find out who to talk to if you don't know the answer. At EXP, it's your passion and conviction. Like, man, I'm going to go with Jason Justek. I like that guy. I'm going to go with Melanie Weaver, Pam Teresi. And if they know how much you care, then they want to know what you know. But until that, so keep going, Drew. You're doing good.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm telling you, because people don't join brokerages; they join people. Okay, most of the time, and I know that there's multiple people on this call that are in our inner circle, and I can tell you that. There's been a couple of people that it was just simply the fact that Brent was like, hey, I would love for you to be a part of this. Right. Or, and it was like, all right, yeah, let's go into it. Right. I don't even know what it is, but I trust you. And I know you love me enough that I can trust it. Like, let's go. Right. When people feel that, that's the difference of when you're, they went with this person compared to me, or like, just love on the person, right? And if they join with someone else, then so be it, right? But I'm telling you, you're gonna grow, you're gonna learn, and that next person that will probably be even better for your business is gonna feel that, and they're gonna resonate with it.
I love it. Spot on, Drew. Keep going, baby.
All right. So number 3 is outlove their current brokers.
Woo! Woo! Right.
Out love their current brokers. Okay. This is a patience game. Okay. This is the long-term game. Okay. The people, I'm telling you, people that you can get, just you cold call them and they come over 3 days later and you're so excited about it. You have no idea if you are just attracted cancer to your life. Okay. When it comes to out loving someone's current broker, right? I'm assuming like Albie probably wasn't the thing for you that you just immediately came over, right? You had a relationship before you thought of coming over to EXP, right? It was the relationship, it was the patience game of someone putting in time and effort in that relationship that made you look at this, right? So that's where that was number 3. Okay.
Well, let's ask Albie. Albie, I can't see you because I'm on speaker view. Can you unmute yourself? What made you join EXP other than obviously you saw the model, but you had a relationship with Cliff? Share a little bit about that, will you?
Sure. Hey, everybody. First time here. Thanks for the invite to the, I'm honored to be part of the 1%. Thank you, brother Brent. So, Drew is nailing it on every point here. I can't emphasize that enough. Agree with everything he's saying. As far as what got me, it was a relationship. Coach Cliff Freeman was my first real estate coach with Kinder Reese coaching. And then I actually became a coach for Mike and Jay, and then we were colleagues, but just remained very close friends. And truth be told, and I've told the story before, Cliff was trying to tell me about EXP for about 6 months, and I blew him off for 6 months. And I was running a small independent brokerage of 12 agents, and I was losing. I lost my 2 top agents. I was getting my butt kicked, and what it did was it actually ended up sending me back into production because I was out of production, and that kind of got me to like, okay, Cliff, I'm going to listen to you just so you can just go away. It wasn't, that was it. I said, just listen. He's like, will you just tell him? Actually, what he said was, will you tell me I'm crazy? And I said, now that I can do. I can tell you you're crazy. So, what for me, what he showed me solved some problems I was looking for some solutions for anyway. And so that's sort of how, it came to be. But the whole reason I looked at it was because of trust. And I did trust Cliff, but I did think he was crazy because I had my own independent brokerage and EXP. This is Brent. You remember it was EXP. Who? What's that? And This was 7 years ago. In fact, it's 7 years ago this month that he finally got me to open up and look at it. 7 years this month. And then it took me another 60 to 90 days of doing my own due diligence research, finding, who Glenn Sanford was and what's this thing he's building. So that's how I got introduced.
I love it. Albie, in your defense, Cliff took a lot of time to look at it too. I talked to him and he waited a week. It was a long time, Albie.
A week.
Now, I'm teasing Albie. Here's another. So real quick. So you went from 12 agents to 1,200 agents. Is that not true? You went from 12 to 1,200. Is that correct?
Yeah, we hit, I think we hit 1,000 agents after 12 months of transferring the brokerage over. We were at about 1,000 in the organization, and 1,200 came short very quickly after that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And today I know for a fact you have over 12,000 in your organization. There's people on levels 8, 9, 10, 11. Tina Cole's in your organization. So, I mean, I bet you if you added it all up, you have 25,000 people in your organization. I wouldn't be.
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what that entire tree looks like, because it kind of chops off after Michael and Jay's 7th level. It's about, just under 14,000 before that, but only about 6,800, are from my 7 and my 7 levels. But, I never really thought that it would go as big as it did. Thank you for your inspiration and your leadership, Brent. And I mean, the one quote that I do want to share with everybody, and it was something that I saw, and I actually had it on my Facebook for a long, long time. but it was entrepreneurship. It was about doing what we do, which is business owners and growing our own, basically making our own destiny. And entrepreneurship is living a few years like most people won't, so you can live the rest of your life like most people can't. And when I read that for the first time, it stuck with me so much that I actually put that as the quote on my Facebook so I could read it every single day. I wrote it on my whiteboard. When I see or read something inspirational, I always put it up on the whiteboard so I read it every single day. And really what the message behind that is discipline, is sacrifice. How much am I willing to sacrifice every single day, which most won't, so that I could live a lifestyle that most never will? And that was my driving force over the last, I don't know how many years, 6.5 years being at the company. Be the person that's going to go out and do the things that most won't. You're looking at the king of that. How many people that are going to go on cross-country tours, touring different cities like a rock star, and he's not even getting paid for these stops he's making like a rock star does. He does get paid like a rock star. He gets paid more than most rock stars, actually. But that's the type of commitment. When I saw what you were doing, Brent, when I saw that tour, I'll tell you, my sister, I screenshotted it to my sister, and I said, call me. We need to talk about. My sister is my personal assistant, so she sets everything up for me. And I said, look at this. She goes, I don't think I can take off from the kids. She has a little one. Like no. I'm not saying go to all his. I'm saying we got to do this.
Yes,
This. And you imagine, what duplicates wins. We win this game by duplicating and duplication. And there isn't anyone better to duplicate than the activities of what you see Brent doing. I'm not here to blow wind up your script, brother. I'm just being honest because, we all need someone to motivate us, even the motivated ones. Like I'm pretty motivated. I'm pretty hungry, but even I have days where I coast. And Glenn Sanford was in Nashville, Tennessee at one of our sprint events, stood up there and said something else profound. And that was, a lot of you in this room are making a lot of money, and that's great. And I'm proud and happy for you. He said, but a lot of you are coasting right now. And I'm going to tell you that what comes after coasting is pain. You just don't see it yet. It's hiding around the corner. So if you find yourself coasting, get someone like Brett to inspire you to get out of your comfort zone and do things that no one else is willing to do. And I just wanted to share that quote, but didn't want to step on Drew's. Drew's on a roll over here.
Yeah.
I'm literally taking notes and loving everything that I'm hearing from Drew. So
awesome. Thank you, Albie. And Drew, keep going. We have 2 or 3 left. Awesome, Albie. Thank you.
Thank you, Albie. That was good. Right. And I want to add a quote onto it off of what you had just said. One of my favorites, or probably my favorite, is the magic that you are looking for is in the work that you are avoiding. Okay.
Ooh.
Right.
Say that again. The magic
that you are looking for is in the work that you are avoiding. Okay. This is one that we've all been talking about, love. I want to switch it up on you a little bit. Okay. I want to go a little bit harder on you guys. Right. The next point is you get paid based off of the value that you bring to the marketplace. All right. You get paid based on the value that you bring to the marketplace. We are all equal in souls, but we are not equal in the marketplace.
Ooh.
Okay. So I really want you guys to be looking at, right, well, the things that Albie just said was profound for sure. When you're looking at sacrificing for a small period of time to live like people can't for the rest of your life. Okay. Are you willing to do that? Right. And that comes in all facets of your life. Right. If you can sit there and truly look at yourself and the things that you need to change. Right. And if you're looking at like, I don't like my bank account. Okay. I want you to look at the work that you're putting in. Right. You might be, hey, you guys might be on the right path. You might be working your asses off, and you might be just that close.
So good.
Right? Okay.
You said that quote, Drew.
Which one?
We are all equal as human
We are
souls.
all yeah, we are all equal as human souls, but we are not equal in the marketplace.
You know who invented that saying?
No.
My boy Tony Robbins. I love it. So good. So
Yeah.
keep going. You're doing good, baby.
And so one of the things that I really want you guys to look at, and I think that is a very overlooked part of business, okay, is when you've all heard don't always be working in your business, but work on your business. Okay. What I feel that most people neglect to look at is I put down as one of my points is work on growing rapport quickly. Okay. Rapport building is something that is a researchable activity. Okay. It is something you can actively work on. When you sit there and you're looking at people, I want you to start looking up personality types. Okay. If you guys do not know what a disc profile is or a different personality type product, if you guys use that, okay, you need to know what a disc profile is. That's through Tony Robbins. Talks about DISC. It talks about the exact type of people that you will run into. You can research on how to talk to a high D, a driver, someone that's no BS, going to hit you straight in the face, right? And you teaches you how to deal with it. It's also someone like myself, like Brent, a high I, very gregarious, very outgoing, talkative, right? I know exactly how to talk to a high I and make them feel that I'm their best friend after the first conversation, right? Same with a high S, which is someone that's a very high feeler, okay, which is 65% of the United States, okay? So if you guys look at those stats and you sit there and you start doing your listing presentations, not just your listing presentations, but your communication with other agents and learning how to really communicate to that type of a personality, all of a sudden you leave that listing or you leave that conversation with the agent and they're like, damn, I really like that guy. I don't really know why, but I really, really like that guy. And it's because we've taken the time to put the work in and bring our value to the marketplace that we're bringing higher, which means our income is going to do the same.
So good. So good. Thank you, Drew. Is that all of them?
That's all of them. That was my spiel.
I love it. I was trying, you get me so excited. I want to chime in. I'm like, let him go. He's doing good. He's doing good. Give Drew a hand, everybody. That was friggin' spot on money. And by the way, Drew, thank you. Read the chat. Yes, well done. So Matt Plummer put the magic you are looking for is found in the work you're avoiding. I love that. And then Jason, thank you for putting TonyRobbins.com/disc. There it is. You go to Tony Robbins, take a disc assessment if you've never done it. Find out what you are. And you learn how to talk to people. D's greatest fear is you're wasting his or her time. So Michelle has a nice little quote there. Through my EXP app. Thank you. Very nice. We got stuff going there. Anyways, and Drew, they're giving you lots of love in the chat. Well done, brother. So I want to say this. Here, someone typed this. In fact, I'm going to give it back to Matt Plummer. Matt Plummer, type this in the chat. That won't show up a million times, but type this because I want you all to get this as we wrap up today's 1% Club. The man or the woman that holds the mic is the man or the woman that makes the money. And that's what Albie Stasek saw. He sees me out there leading from the front, not the rear. I'm like, charge, let's go, baby. Now, I started off doing meetings with 3 people, 5 people, 7 people. Yeah, it was packed today in Oak Grove, and it's going to be packed tomorrow in El Dorado Hills. It'll be packed Thursday at the P-Car, and it's going to be, I'm going to Castro Valley, East Bay. I had to shut off people. The one guy has 100+ people coming, John and Lori Foster. One guy. And it got so big, we moved it to an extra room at a Mexican food restaurant, and we don't allow the servers to come in. We don't allow the bus people to come in. It's distracting. We have drinks in pitchers, Coke, water. It's not a beer or alcohol thing. Then the bin of rice, beans, steak, chicken, guacamole, sour cream, and it's a Mexican food restaurant, and people grab what they want. It's fast. And then the servers aren't coming in cleaning plates, clanking the busboys. If you're thirsty, you get up and get another Coke or a water. But so he's got 100 people coming to that. And then we're doing dinner at his home. He has a beautiful home. And I'm going to do EXP Explained, the new one. Woo! You guys all want the new one. I'm doing it for the first time ever this Thursday in Castro Valley. I'm focusing on them. Anyways, because it's new, right? And so I've got to have it all. I kind of did that to myself because I got to figure it out by this Thursday how to kind of to explain it, and it'll be great. It'll be good. But he's got 100 people coming, and then we're going to deliver so heavy on the front end. It's 12:30 to 2:30, 2 hours of delivering, right? Of massive value add. That at 4:30, hey, if you like this, come back later today. We're doing an EXP business briefing. Dinner's going to be served at John and Lori's home in Castro Valley. It's a beautiful home. You're invited to come. Who gets invited anywhere? We're going to blow that out with probably 100 plus. Everyone come back with a guest. Heck, we may have 200 people at their home. We're doing this thing. But I want you to know, it started off with me and 3 people, me and 1 person, me and 5 people. Now I go places and they're everywhere. So don't you worry about it. And I guarantee you, Albie, unmute yourself. Do you remember when you got your first 5 or 10 people? Your entire organization had like 7 people in it. Do you remember that first month where it's like, this might work? Not your team, you brought over a handful of agents, but actually you started getting new growth. Do you remember that feeling, Albie?
Yeah. It was surreal. We were new at this. You weren't new at this, but we were. I came from first, Century 21 way back in the day. That used to be a really big company way back in the day, very popular here. And then, ended up going to Remax. I was a Remax guy, just like you. No revenue share there. I got Starbucks cards. Anytime I referred an agent to the broker, I got a $25 Starbucks card. And so I made the connection very quickly that this revenue share thing was pretty awesome because I can buy my own Starbucks. I want the revenue share, baby.
Amen.
So,
you were trading the cow. I always call that trading the cow for magic beans. The
right.
cow is the value, and you get I got $10 Starbucks cards. You got 25. By the way, tell everyone where you live. Tell everyone where you're from.
I'm in the suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio.
There you go.
Beautiful Cleveland. So we just lost to Boston. If anyone that is a Boston fan, we don't want to talk right now, but we're fighting for our life there. And But yeah, Cleveland, Ohio. So the average sale price is super low here. When I came into into EXP, it was probably south of 200. It's a whopping 240. If you really kind of evened it all out, we have suburbs like the one I'm in where
with the COVID boom.
Maybe where I live, it's maybe over 400. But I'm saying as a whole, we have to sell a lot of real estate, lots of real estate to make a good living here. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I think the biggest thing that I didn't realize was that I thought that the majority of the growth would come locally. And it was actually just the opposite. It was from all of the investment that I put into going to real estate events, speaking at real estate events like you. You inspired me. Mike and Jay threw me up on their stage for the first time. I never spoke ever in front of anybody. And I was so scared. I may have been literally like a quivering lip up there. Like I might have been shaking literally. In fact, I know I was. And you encouraged me. You're like, get out there. You're going to crush it. And I was like, okay, what do I got to lose? And the whole quote that you said about the mic is so true. I was terrified, beyond terrified. And I'm not afraid of a whole lot of things, to be honest with you, but I was terrified of that. And it's like anything else. You get out there, you get a little one under your belt. Then, you add 10 more people to the room. You don't even think about it. Then another, you add 15 to the group. You don't think about it. And it starts to build. Next thing you know, you're at one of Brett's build. I think that was the biggest room, 6,000 people at your biggest build event with Tony Robbins speaking. And get on the mic. I'll give you one last thing. I'm going to Canada. I'm going up to Ottawa. I don't know if anyone on here is in Ottawa, Canada. I leave next week. And I'm not 100% sure what I'm speaking about, but I'm speaking and I'm going to get up there and get back in front of people and transfer as much value as I possibly can to the marketplace. So appreciate you.
I love it. Thank you, Albie. Thank you. Hey,
Love
everybody.
you, Albie.
You're the
I love
man.
you. Hello, Carolyn.
By the
I
way,
might be coming back to EXP on the realty side. Just quick commercial.
okay,
All
so
right.
as we're wrapping up today, make sure that you have notes. Like when I speak, I just have little stories, little notes, and it's easy to do, and you can just read them. Don't get up there and wing it. Don't get up, write down a few notes. This is a much longer talk, but so I wrote more, but you just need to write down like 5 things. And on that note, we have people asking in the chat, Drew, what was your 5th key salient point?
That was work on growing rapport quickly.
Okay. And what
Another
was number
form of
4?
working on your business,
Mhm.
right, is working on learning how to build rapport. Right, learn on those personality types, learn on keywords on how those can be communicated to those certain personality types to just get rapport going quickly.
Real quick, because I know how people are, they missed one. Just read all 5 real quick. Number 1 was?
Okay. Finding your story sell.
Number 2?
Is be kind and give without expectations.
Number 3?
Outlove their current brokers.
Money. Become more valuable than their sales manager. Money. Number 4.
And then number 4, you get paid based on the value you bring to the marketplace.
Phenomenal. And number 5, we just said it.
Is work on growing rapport quickly.
So good. So good. And people are loving this. They're putting all kinds of information. Coach Bill Rapp just rocked it. Good job, Bill. He's put his notes in the chat. So here's what we're going to do. Thank you, Drew. Awesome, as always.